All right, so today we are diving deep into the world of Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast.
Yeah, Jimmy Donaldson.
Yeah.
This guy hit 112 million subscribers on YouTube.
It's unbelievable.
I know, and that makes him the most subscribed individual creator on the platform, officially surpassing PewDiePie.
The king is dead.
The king is dead.
Long live the king.
So we want to unpack how he did this, right? Like, he's got this really unique blend of content. It's like these crazy, elaborate stunts and giveaways.
Oh, what philanthropy too.
Right, right. Tons of philanthropy. And so we're going to kind of unpack all that today, right? Like, how does he create these viral videos? What's the financial side look like? Because it's actually a really complicated business.
His main channel isn't even profitable.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll get into that.
Yeah.
But first, let's rewind a little bit.
Okay.
Back to the beginning.
To the beginning.
So Mr. Beast started his YouTube journey back in 2012.
He was so young.
I know, as a teenager.
A little baby.
Basically. But did he always have this, like, grand vision? Like, did he always know that he wanted to be Mr. Beast?
I don't know about that, but I think like a lot of YouTubers, he was just kind of experimenting.
Right.
You know, trying to figure out what worked.
Throwing spaghetti at the wall?
Exactly.
And his early content, like, was it similar to what he's doing now?
Totally different.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like way different.
So was there, like, a turning point where he kind of, like, found his niche?
Well, there's this great story
Yeah,
about
say-
his mom. You know, classic move.
Classic mom move.
She wasn't thrilled about him dropping out of college
Of course not.
to be a YouTuber.
Right.
But then, like, he showed her his first YouTube paycheck.
Yeah.
He made more in a month than she did in a year.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
I know. Talk about a validation moment.
I know, that's a mic drop right there.
Yeah.
I told you so.
I told you so.
Well-
That's amazing. But even with that early success, like, he didn't really hit his stride until a few years later, right? Like, what
Yeah.
was that turning point? When did things really start to explode?
I think it's 2017, the video, I counted to 100,000.
The one where he just sat there?
Yeah, for like 40 hours.
Oh my God.
Wow.
That's commitment.
Yeah,
But I mean, it went viral, right?
it went crazy viral,
So I guess that's when he realized that people would watch literally anything
pretty much.
if it was, like, captivating enough.
As long as it kept your attention, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
It didn't have to be fancy.
So from counting to 100,000 to building replicas of Willy Wonka's chocolate factory,
It's a long way.
it's a journey.
How does he even come up with this stuff?
Right. Like, how does he come up with these crazy ideas? And then more importantly, how does he execute them? Because, like, the logistics of some of these videos must be mind-blowing.
I know, it's a whole process.
Okay.
Their ideation sessions are legendary.
Okay.
They basically start by thinking of the most outrageous idea possible.
Like what? Give me an example.
Something that would get 100 million views.
Okay.
And then they work
To
backwards.
figure out what's actually possible.
Exactly.
So they aim for the moon
Shoot for the moon.
and land among the stars.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
But yeah, I mean, it's super expensive.
I bet.
Millions of dollars per video.
Wow.
But here's the thing. They don't use scripts.
Really?
They don't.
So how do they, like, control the narrative?
It's more like they create this playground for Mr. Beast and his friends to react authentically, you know?
So it's like controlled chaos.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it makes it really entertaining.
So it's not scripted, but it is, like, thought out in advance.
Very much so.
Okay, well, let's talk about that a little bit more, like the production side, because it's
Okay.
clearly very complex.
Okay.
So walk me through it.
So there's this whole pre-production phase
Yeah.
where they do a ton of research and planning, like meticulous.
So give me an example. Like, what's something that they had to plan really meticulously?
So you remember the video where they had a train go through a brick wall?
Yeah, wait, a train
Uh-huh.
through a brick wall?
Uh-huh.
How is that even possible?
I know, right?
And, like, how do you plan for something like that?
Well, they actually brought in engineers to
Seriously?
make sure it was safe
I would hope so.
and that it would look epic.
So did they actually use a real train?
They did, yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
But they actually considered switching to semi-trucks at one point
Real?
because the logistics of the train were so complicated.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's like a constant process of adapting,
Instantly.
problem solving.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's dedication to their craft.
Yeah, it's clear they don't cut corners.
They really don't.
Okay, so the pre-production phase sounds pretty intense.
Oh, yeah.
But then you have the actual production itself,
Yeah.
which I can only imagine is even crazier.
Oh, it gets pretty wild.
Okay, give me some examples. Like, what are some of the most insane productions they've pulled off?
I mean, they built a replica of Willy Wonka's chocolate factory.
For real?
For real, for the video, I built Willy Wonka's chocolate factory.
Wow.
And then there was, I gave my 100,000th subscriber an island,
Which was filmed on an island.
on a remote island.
That must have been logistically a nightmare.
It was.
Okay, and we can't forget about $456,000 Squid Game in real life.
Oh, yeah.
That was huge.
They spent like $4.2 million on that one.
What?
I know.
That's insane.
170 people, huge sets, all completed in 4 weeks.
4 weeks?
4 weeks.
How is that even humanly possible?
I don't know their machines.
That's amazing.
But they also know when to scale it back, you know?
What do you mean?
Like their upcoming Antarctica video, I survived 50 hours in Antarctica.
Right.
That one was shot with just a small crew
Okay.
and like a simple camera setup.
So they're not afraid to experiment with different styles.
Exactly.
That's cool. It keeps things fresh. Keeps it fresh. But let's talk about money for a second.
Okay.
You said earlier that his main channel isn't profitable.
Yeah.
So how does that even work? Like, how can he afford to lose money on his main channel?
Well, he's playing the long game.
Okay.
He's using the main channel to build his brand
Right.
and then funnel that attention into other revenue streams.
So YouTube is like the giant billboard for his empire.
Exactly.
All right, well, let's break down those revenue streams.
Okay.
So first up, you've got the traditional YouTube ad revenue.
Right.
I mean, he must be making a decent chunk of change from that, right? With 112 million subscribers.
He is, but it's not as straightforward as you might think.
Okay.
You see, YouTube pays creators based on something called RPM,
RPM.
revenue per thousand views.
Right.
And his average RPM is about 5.
$5 for every 1,000 views.
Yeah, but it can fluctuate a lot.
How? So
Well, it depends on where the video is being viewed.
like different countries pay different rates?
Exactly.
So a video that goes viral in like, I don't know, Mexico
Yeah.
might earn less than a video that goes viral in France?
Exactly.
Wow, that's crazy.
Oh, no.
Okay, so global viewership plays a big role
Huge role.
in their overall earnings.
Yeah.
All right, so ad revenue is one piece of the puzzle.
Right.
What about brand deals? Because he seems to have a lot of those.
Oh, yeah. Brand deals are huge.
Okay.
They can range from a few $1,000s to like 7 figures,
7 figure.
depending on the scope of the integration.
Okay, give me an example of like a big brand deal.
Well, the upcoming Antarctica video,
Okay.
they have a 7-figure brand deal with Shopify.
Shopify, wow.
And they're even naming a mountain peak after the brand.
Seriously. Shopify Mountain.
Shopify Mountain.
That's amazing.
It's going to be epic.
Okay, so brand deals are a big part of it,
Huge part.
but there's more, right?
Oh, yeah, there's merch.
Merch, right?
Mr. Beast merch.
Everyone loves a good hoodie.
Everyone.
And then there are his other ventures, like Mr. Beast Burger.
His group burger.
The viral sensation that turned into a real-life restaurant chain.
And Feastables.
Feastables, his chocolate bar brand.
Which already doing really well.
Yeah, they're making waves.
Making waves.
So he's really built this whole brand ecosystem.
Yeah, he's a businessman.
Okay, so that's how he's making money.
Mm-hmm.
But he's also got 4 other YouTube channels, right?
He does. He does.
Catering to different audiences.
Yeah, Beast Reacts,
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Beast Gaming,
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Beast 2,
Mm-hmm.
and Beast Philanthropy.
Right, Beast Philanthropy, which we'll talk about in a minute.
Yes.
But it's interesting, like, he's not just focused on English-speaking audiences, right?
No, he's gone global
He's dubbing his videos.
into like a bunch of different languages.
Wow.
And a lot of times those versions actually outperform the English originals.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
It's global domination.
It's very smart.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've talked about the business side of things. But let's shift gears for a minute and talk about something that's really close to Mr. Beast's heart, his philanthropy.
Okay.
Because it's not just about donating money, right?
No, it's way more than that.
It's like deeply intertwined with his content.
Yeah, it's part of his brand identity.
Okay, well, I'm ready to dive into the world of Mr. Beast, the philanthropist.
Let's do it.
Tell me everything.
All right. Yeah, so it's a fascinating question, right? Like, how do you keep growing when you're already at the top of the game?
Yeah, especially when each video is becoming, like, bigger and more expensive.
Right, you got to keep up in the ante.
And it's not just about the money either, right?
Definitely not.
It's about staying relevant, keeping the audience engaged,
Yeah, pushing the boundaries.
pushing those creative boundaries.
Yeah.
So what are some of the challenges that you think he might face in the future?
Well, for one thing, there's the issue of diminishing returns, right?
Okay.
Like, as the videos get more elaborate, it becomes harder and harder to top the previous one.
Yeah.
At some point, you hit a ceiling.
Right, like you can't just keep throwing money at a problem.
Exactly.
You need fresh ideas.
Fresh ideas, innovation.
Innovation.
Yeah.
But, I mean, isn't that kind of Mr. Beast's genius?
What do you mean?
Like, he seems to have a knack for coming up with those viral moments,
He does.
those, like, attention-grabbing ideas.
But the landscape is always changing.
Right. What works today might not work tomorrow.
Exactly.
New platforms are emerging.
Mm.
Attention spans are shrinking. The competition is fierce.
Oh, yeah.
So how can he stay ahead of the curve?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
I think it comes down to his long-term strategy.
Okay, so what is his long-term strategy?
Well, remember that goal he set for himself?
Which one?
Reaching 1 billion subscribers.
Oh, yeah.
I think that says it all.
So he's thinking beyond YouTube.
Oh, absolutely.
That's smart.
It's diversification.
Diversification, yeah.
He doesn't want to put all his eggs in one basket.
Right, so if YouTube, like, changes its algorithm or a new platform comes along,
Yeah, he's not screwed.
he's not screwed, exactly.
He's got other things going on.
He's got Mr. Beast Burger, he's got Feastables. Those brands exist outside of YouTube.
They're their own thing.
They're generating their own revenue streams.
Yeah, independent of ad revenue.
But going back to the cost of these videos for a second,
Okay.
some people might argue that spending millions of dollars on a single YouTube video is kind of irresponsible.
What do you mean?
Like, especially when there are so many pressing issues in the world.
I see your point.
Like, you could be using that money to, I don't know, fight climate change or something.
That's a valid argument.
Yeah.
It's definitely something that people talk about.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
Yeah, okay.
Mr. Beast is not just entertaining people.
Right.
He's also inspiring them
Inspiring them to.
to think bigger, to work harder, to dream bigger.
To be like him.
Yeah, in a way.
Oh.
He's showing them that anything is possible.
If you're willing to put in the work.
Exactly.
And take risks.
And let's not forget, his philanthropic efforts are making a real difference.
Right. He's not just talking the talk, he's walking the walk.
Yeah, he's putting his money where his mouth is.
He's creating jobs, he's supporting businesses.
Yeah, it's a complex issue.
Yeah, there's a lot of layers.
It's not black and white.
It's not black and white, yeah.
Ultimately, it's up to each individual to decide if they think it's worth it.
If the entertainment value justifies the cost.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've talked about the challenges, the long-term vision.
Right.
But what about the competition?
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of that.
There are a lot of other talented creators out there
Hmm.
vying for attention.
All fighting for the same eyeballs.
Yeah.
It's a tough game.
So how does Mr. Beast plan to stay ahead of the pack?
Well, for one thing, he's incredibly competitive.
Okay.
He's always analyzing trends, looking for new opportunities.
Yeah, I've heard he's obsessed with the data.
Oh, yeah, he's very data-driven.
So it's not just about being creative, it's also about being strategic,
Exactly.
using data to inform his decisions.
Yeah.
But he's not just competing with other YouTubers, right?
No, he's competing with everyone.
Everyone.
Yeah, like traditional media companies,
Yeah.
streaming services, even video games.
Right.
He's competing for people's attention.
In a world that's already saturated with content.
Yeah.
So he has to be constantly innovating,
All,
offering something unique.
Otherwise, people will tune out.
Right.
It's almost like he's running a Hollywood studio.
But he's also the star of the show.
Exactly.
That's a great analogy.
It's a crazy business.
But we can't talk about Mr. Beast without talking about his work ethic.
Oh, yeah.
This guy is known for putting in long hours,
Yeah, he's a machine.
demanding the best from his team.
Absolutely.
Do you think that kind of intensity is sustainable in the long run?
That's a good question.
I mean, he's built this empire in a relatively short amount of time.
Yeah, he's moving at warp speed.
But at some point, you have to wonder if he'll burn out.
Maybe he'll delegate more,
Yeah.
or focus on fewer projects.
Bigger projects.
Yeah, like maybe he'll make a movie or something.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Yeah, who knows?
Only time will tell.
Exactly.
But one thing's for sure,
What's that?
he's changed the game.
He has.
He's shown the world what's possible when you combine creativity, hustle, and a willingness to take risks.
Yeah, he's a true innovator.
And he's done it all with a smile on his face.
Always smiling.
All right, well, let's shift gears one more time
Okay.
and talk about Mr. Beast's impact on the world of philanthropy.
Uh,
What can we learn from his approach? What makes it so effective?
well, that's what we'll explore in the final part of our deep dive.
We'll dissect the Mr. Beast formula for philanthropic success,
Mhm.
and we'll examine its potential to inspire a whole new generation of givers.
Stay tuned.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
A lot.
We talked about his journey, from those early YouTube days to becoming a global phenomenon.
Global domination.
Global domination, right. We talked about the production process behind those viral videos.
The insane production process.
Yeah. And we even dissected like the financial side of his empire.
All the revenue streams.
Yeah, all the revenue streams. But now I kind of want to dive into something
Okay.
that I think is truly inspiring.
What's that?
His philanthropy.
Yeah.
Because like this is something that really sets him apart from
Does.
other celebrity philanthropists.
He's not just writing a check.
Yeah, exactly. He's not just like lending his name to a cause.
He's in it.
He's in it.
Yeah.
He's making it entertaining.
Yeah.
He's making it engaging.
Getting it cool.
Making it cool.
Yeah.
And it's like he's making it accessible to a whole new generation.
To everyone.
Yeah, to everyone.
It's gamified giving back.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
But he's not afraid to get his hands dirty either.
Oh, no.
Right? Like he's in the thick of the action.
Yeah. Whether he's planting trees,
Mhm.
cleaning up beaches, handing out cash.
Right. And I think that's what makes it so compelling to watch. He's actively involved.
He's not just like signing a check and then moving on.
Yeah.
He's there.
And he's sharing those experiences with his millions of followers.
So it's like he's saying, hey, anyone can do this.
Yeah.
You don't have to be rich or famous to make a difference
Exactly. You can start right now.
in your own community.
And I think he's really proving that with his actions.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about, like, what makes his approach so effective, right?
Right.
Like, what are the key ingredients to the Mr. Beast formula for philanthropic success?
Well, I think first and foremost, he's authentic.
Okay.
Like he genuinely cares about these causes.
Right. It's not just a PR stunt.
No.
You can tell that he's passionate about it.
And that passion comes through in the videos.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's contagious.
What else?
Well, he's creative, you know.
Creative? Yeah.
He's always thinking outside the box.
Give me an example.
Remember that video where he opened a free bank for 100 hours?
Oh, yeah, where he was just giving away money
Yeah.
to people in need.
Highlighting the importance of financial literacy.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
It was.
And I think that's something that traditional charities sometimes struggle with.
What do you mean?
Like making giving back feel exciting.
Yeah.
And connecting with a younger audience.
He's got that down.
He does.
Yeah.
He's really tapped into something special.
He's made philanthropy entertaining.
Yeah.
He's made doing good fun.
Doing good is fun, yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, isn't there a risk of trivializing these issues?
What do you mean?
Like, by turning them into entertainment?
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
It's something that people worry about.
Right.
But I think he strikes a good balance.
Okay.
He doesn't shy away from the seriousness of the issues,
Right.
but he also makes them relatable,
Relatable, yeah.
engaging.
For his audience.
He's starting a conversation.
Yeah.
He's making it something that we can all talk about.
And get involved in.
Exactly.
And he's also using his platform to amplify the voices of,
The people on the ground
the people and organizations.
who are actually doing the work.
So he's not trying to be the hero of the story.
No.
He's shining a spotlight on the real heroes.
The real heroes.
And he's inspiring others to join the movement.
The ripple effect is incredible.
That's incredible. Like,
Yeah.
people are organizing their own fundraisers,
Mhm.
donating to charities.
Volunteering their time.
It's amazing how one person's actions can inspire so much good.
I know, it's powerful.
So what's the takeaway for our listeners?
What can we learn from all this?
Yeah, what can we learn from Mr. Beast?
I think the biggest takeaway is that we all have the power to make a difference.
Okay.
We don't have to wait for someone else to lead the way
We can start today
right now.
in our own communities.
It doesn't have to be a grand gesture.
Yeah.
Even small acts of kindness can have a big impact.
And if we're looking for inspiration,
Mm-hmm.
we can look to Mr. Beast.
Yeah,
He's shown us that doing good can be fun,
it can be.
engaging,
Huh.
even a little bit crazy.
Sometimes.
Most importantly.
He's reminded us that we all have the power to make a difference.
Well, this has been an incredible deep dive into the world of Mr. Beast.
Yes.
We explored his entrepreneurial journey, his creative genius,
His philanthropic heart.
his philanthropic heart, and what have we learned?
We've learned that success doesn't always follow a conventional path.
Mm-hmm.
That taking risks, being authentic, and never giving up on your dreams can lead to amazing things.
To extraordinary outcomes,
Yeah.
and that we all have the power to make a positive impact on the world.
No matter how big or small our platform may be,
It's a reminder that we all have a story to tell
a contribution to make.
and a legacy to build.
Leave your mark on the world.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Until next time,
Keep exploring, keep learning.
and keep inspiring.